Paul Stoltz, a friend of mine, wrote the book Adversity Quotient, and what was one of the publications that he had. And he did a whole program around measuring your AQ, your adversity, your ability to, literally measuring your adversity quotient. How are you in the face of adversity? And some people come by that quite naturally. As a matter of fact, they look at adversity as something they want to take on, which I see and hear a little bit in you. Like, you're like, no, bring it on. I get it. Like, I want to take this on. I'll learn it. I'll be better for it. And, you're going to put your shoulder into it and do all the things that you need to succeed. Is that something that you notice in others? Is when you think about adversity, how do you view it? Like, I look at adversity now in my life, understanding that it's like going to the gym. All I'm doing is I'm just pumping a little extra iron. I'm going to be stronger when I come out the other side of it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do this workout. I hate leg day, and I'm going to go through it anyway. So do you have a philosophy around that whole growing from the challenges that you face?
Yeah. If you were going to invent a new human being, you wouldn't be able to give them strength unless you expose them to situations that were incredibly difficult that would build that muscle. It'd be like taking the weights out of the gym, right? The purpose of strength is, the body and the mind adapting to stimuli that are beyond if you think about the gym as a metaphor for all of this, like, what is the gym, right? It's a place where we can artificially recreate a survival environment where, as human beings, if we were in an environment where our body basically said, I am not currently in the state that can handle this level of stimuli unless I adapt, period, end of story, right? And if you continue to expose yourself to that really difficult, really heavy, really taxing stimuli, the body and the mind will adapt around it. Right now, there has to be some element of rest to allow the body to recover and the mind to recover. But assuming that is the case, being able to put yourself in situations that can mimic that same sort of thing, it works in the exact same way. I mean, the things that stress me out today are light years larger than the things that would have stressed me out 10 years ago. And, the things that are difficult for me today are a lot different than the things that they were 10 years ago because of the intensity of the problems that I know that I've put myself in a position to solve. So just the knowledge that you're able to do hard things and proving that yourself right in those situations, I think is really, really important from a confidence perspective. But the unfortunate part of all this is we live in a society today that I think over optimizes for comfort. As entrepreneurs, we've contributed to that because a lot of entrepreneurship is saving people time, saving people money, saving people headache. So we're contributing to the very problem that reduces the amount of adversity that people can take on a day-to-day basis. AI is only going to accelerate that trend because it'll just be a lot less that we have to do than ever before. So in my opinion, I really want to be able to be the person that really truly believes that, I can do hard things and I can do things that other people would shy away from or would scare most people. I get a lot of joy from believing in myself to that degree. And that's not the case every day. I have days just like anybody else who, where I have a little minor crisis of confidence. But again, that ties back into the prior thing we talked about with the people in your circle that are able to be those constant reminders and get you back on track. So all of these things are interrelated, in my opinion. I also think that we're in a society today that over optimizes for sameness. We try to architect the people that have differing opinions than our own out of our lives. And that also, I think, is dangerous because you end up thinking about things in the same way as the people around you. If you're not exposed to diversity of thought, then you're not going to learn. You're not going to be exposed to different perspectives or opinions, and you're not going to be able to have the same level of complexity in your ideas that you otherwise would. So I think that sort of trend also stifles innovation.